All right, welcome back to another episode of the Cameo Podcast. Second one I've recorded today, and second one I'm recording at Reservoir. Held up a little bit. I don't have my watch on, but I taught Young Adrian Falk today how Gmail calendar invites work. Adrian, what we've been chatting since May?
Yes, something like that. It might have even been earlier. I think it might have even been March or so.
Yeah, it was your skateboarding vids that caught my attention.
Yeah.
And then I saw you had some vlogs and stuff. What and you're 17, right?
Yeah. I'll turn 18 in a month though.
In a month.
Like 3 weeks or so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then on Instagram you posted, asking for questions, and I asked you, what are you doing after school? And you said you didn't know.
Yeah, I have no idea still.
So I was in that position, so I thought it'd be cool to chat, see if I don't know. You remind me of me, right? I used to wear weird Gore-Tex thrift store clothes.
Oh yeah.
Still wear the thrift store stuff, but
yeah.
Adrian, tell a little about yourself. What draws you to skateboarding?
Well, when I was really little, I don't even remember. Probably one, maybe even before that, my dad was always really into biking. Before I was born, and when I was really little, my dad just would always kind of show me skateboard videos and stuff because back when he was around my age, him and his friends did some skateboard and bike videos and whatnot. So I've always kind of been watching skateboarding and different biking videos and all sorts of random stuff CKY and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and you include your dad in your vlogs as well.
Oh yeah, as much as I can.
he's hilarious.
Yeah,
and he lets you have a pretty crazy room. Your room's insane.
Yeah, yeah. My room's definitely my trademark kind of thing. Anytime I have new people over or whatnot, they'll be taking Snapchats in the room, and people will be like, "Are you at Adrian's house?" And yeah. And then if I'm out somewhere, my dad will. Or if I'm out somewhere, people will be like, "Are you Neil's son?" And vice versa. My dad's out somewhere. He went to the Halloween shop downtown or whatnot.
Yeah.
The person at the till there was just "Are you Adrian's dad?" Yeah.
What actually? It's funny you say Snapchat because that was one of our early chats. Was you're I'm big on Snapchat. I'm what good is that? I don't understand. How do you grow big on Snapchat? How does that even work? That doesn't make sense. It's a private viewing system.
Yeah. Well, I don't even really know how I got I have almost 3,000 people on it now, and I don't even really know how I got that, but I just kind of post whatever I'm doing and just weird stuff, so people kind of share it with their friends. And then
you can share within Snapchat?
Yeah, you can. If you see a story, you can send it to your friends on your friends list, and then they add you to watch it.
So it's like you're almost watching television with your friends and sharing minutes of television with your friends.
Somewhat, yeah. But once I was at my dad's house actually when he lived in Vancouver, and one of his roommates was saying that he had 100 Snap views or whatever, and at the time I only had maybe 40 or something. How do you have 100? So then by the next time I went there, my goal was to get 100 people on there. So I just kept asking people what their Snapchat was and stuff. And then
old school hustle.
Yeah, and then I found out that you could just look up a name, for example Adrian, and then you can get all these usernames that are Adrian and just add them. And then I started getting people from all around the world and stuff, adding me to different group chats and stuff.
See, I did that with Facebook and Kamloops. Basically, geo-target Kamloopsians and then do weird things on Facebook video.
Yeah, but it pretty much just got added to all these weird group chats, and then in these group chats, people are always adding everybody else in the group chat. So then it just
how big does a Snapchat group chat get?
I think it's only up to 25 people.
You have 25 people chatting in Snapchat at any given point? Is it a chat room now? I don't use Snapchat. I probably have 100 from my wife that I've never looked at.
Well,
my kid.
Pretty much. Snapchat, you can send messages obviously to direct people. And then if you're in a group chat, you can send a picture or a message to a group chat, and then whoever's in the group chat can
Has it replaced texting or Facebook Messenger, or is it just?
Well, it's kind of different. I don't know. I don't have data. I'm pretty broke.
Oh, okay.
So I if I'm outside of Wi-Fi, I just use texting and stuff.
Okay.
But if I'm at my house, I normally just use Snapchat and Instagram. But as far as talking goes, it's only Snapchat. I don't really talk to people on Instagram. It's like almost weird to like. I feel weird. Like I feel like I'm trying to like. I feel like a creep kind of. I like slide into like a girl's DMs or something just to chat. Whereas like Snapchat is not as creepy, I guess.
What?
I don't know.
That's such a.
It's really weird.
See, I'm lucky I got together with my wife before. I never even didn't have a smartphone. I had a BlackBerry when I got with her, so I couldn't even like Tinder or whatever. Like I'm happy that I was like still using a phone that I bought the town over in Waterloo.
Yeah, I meet like a lot of my friends that I have now I've just like met through Snapchat. Honestly, it's like it's kind of weird, but it's like kind of normal now, I guess. I don't know. Like I was actually like today I was hanging out with some of my friends at school. And one of my friends was just like, "Oh, how did you guys meet?" "Oh, Snapchat." Yeah.
Strange. Yeah, I'm so happy I missed that generation.
Yeah.
But I'm meeting people via Instagram and Facebook. I guess the older generation, which we're only 9 years different, so.
Yeah, 9 years can make a big difference these days too. But it's.
Like is TikTok big with you guys, or like the whole Musically?
Not
in this town.
Like, well. It depends on who you ask, I guess. Like, I feel like most of the people my age that use those apps are a little weirder, or like they just like if they do post on there, it's like mocking the people that post on there. Whereas like TikTok and like Musically or whatever is like maybe like more like my sister's generation, like
so
12,
younger
13.
Than you,
yeah. So like a generation more like that age.
Yeah,
it all depends on the person.
Have
too.
you seen like the videos of like adults using Musically?
Yeah,
like it's super creepy.
Yeah, it's really weird to me. Like
I feel even weird talking to you about your like YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But like, your shed or whatever, you got some. It's famous, like you said. But it's strange. It's a strange conversation to have.
Yeah.
But online marketing, is definitely something I see you playing with because you'd had Deja Vu Crew and.
Yeah, I've kind of always been into like having little side things. Like, I guess it doesn't really count, but the first one would have been like when I lived up at Sun Peaks when I was like 4 or so. I had deals with like a bunch of the like owners of like the restaurants and stuff that I'd be able to collect their bottles and whatnot. So I did that, I guess, for a little bit. I honestly don't even remember it. It's just like my parents like telling me that I did this. And then my next one that I can remember was grade 4. I was really into tech decks.
Yep.
And I was like watching YouTube videos and whatnot of like people fingerboarding, and I saw this like company called Black River, and they had like €100 fingerboards and stuff, and they were made of wood, and I always wanted one, but like I could not afford it. So I started making my dad's a carpenter, and we just started making our own, and then I started selling them and packaging them and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And then I did some clothing with that, and then that kind of stopped around grade 7. I didn't really do anything until like last year when my friend and I, Samson, we do this skateboard video called Deja Vu every year.
Yeah.
So we decided that we'd do some stickers to like help promote it and stuff, and we just sold them for $1.
Nice.
And then people started wanting T-shirts and stuff. So
did you make money at selling stickers for $1?
Oh yeah. Like it did not cost us.
Where did you get your stickers?
We got them from a local shop, 808 in Bench. It's downtown.
I know.
They do like
I know Landon Musio.
Yeah.
I had him on the podcast.
Oh yeah. Actually, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should chat with him about some stickers. I need some.
Yeah. He did our stickers for us, and then I just did like the clothing online. I wanted to get some clothing done by him, but by the time I kind of like was really in contact with him and stuff, I kind of slowed down on the Deja Vu thing and like had to focus more on school and whatnot. I kind of want to do some more of it, but pretty broke. And it's like you got to have your startup income for it. Like,
well, you do and you don't, right? Like, I guess you could like use one of those like printful.coms, right, where it's like print on demand and shipped or whatever be, right? Then it's just the marketing side of things, right?
I've thought about doing that. Just because like my money situation, but I find like one of my friends, when she saw like the Deja Vu thing, her and her brother wanted to do like a brand too, so she went through one of those, and the sites that I saw that were doing that, I just didn't think the clothing quality was like the greatest, so like I don't want to put out product that's like not at least decent.
Like for like $55, you can buy from Curry's art store like a really cheap silk screener, right? I think the Lost Boys used one. I used one back in grade 10 or whatever it be. And then you just use like overhead projector sheets and make stencils, and then just use 50% off coupons from like Michael's and make tie-dye shirts out of them, right?
That's what I did with Westy decks in grade 4 or whatever, because my mom, she had her own little side business too with like little prints and whatnot, so she helped me like do that. So we have some of that stuff at our house still, but
just not
it's
your
a lot
vision.
of work.
It is.
Yeah, it's sometimes you gotta work.
You have to work, right? It's no different than like adding all those people on Snapchat, right? Like, you went. It's like physically knocking at someone's digital door, being like, "Hey, I'm Adrian Falk. You gonna watch my Snapchats?"
Yeah.
I should re-download it and catch up on all the baby moments I missed.
Yeah.
My wife has to text me the photos. But too unplugged or over, connected these days. But obviously, we're both living in it. I kind of like started seeing the internet start in grade 3.
Yeah.
And we're probably fully online by grade 3. When do you remember being online?
Christmas of 2006.
2006.
Yes, my dad I was into RC cars at the time.
Yeah.
And my dad had recently just found out about YouTube, and
that's like original YouTube.
Yeah. And my dad was showing me these RC videos, and I got really into it. And actually, that Christmas Eve, my dad spent literally the entire night up watching all these YouTube videos, just like holy, just like. Literally stayed up the whole night. Like we woke up in the morning and he was on the computer watching them.
Your dad sounds rad.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
So what's next? What do you where do you see yourself? What do you want to do? Or what do you think you're at the age where you get to like taste everything, right? You get to that's what I guess Gary Vee uses the word for, is taste stuff, and I got to experiment and try stuff and failed a lot. Tried stuff again. What are we trying to make something happen with?
Well, I'm pretty into filming. I've done a few like paid like gigs and whatnot in like Vancouver and in town.
Nice.
So I was thinking about doing something with that, but one thing is that it's pretty competitive. Like there's a lot of really good filmmakers. Like even in town, there's a lot of really good filmmakers, like New Parallel and Joy Factory Films and whatnot. So that may be something I pursue. But also my family owns a construction company. Okay. So I was thinking of maybe just hopping into the construction business for a little bit at least out of high school, but
yeah, that's fine. Sure. You build a little war chest.
Yeah.
So that when you are ready to do something, right? Yeah. You can try stuff. Like I didn't really figure out what I was doing till maybe this morning. So maybe tomorrow. Who knows? But 17 is a tough time. I decided to like go to a college program called Algonquin College and did whitewater rafting, rock climbing, and like adventure stuff for 2 years, and then fed to TRU. So then, by the time I was in third year university, I had some fun, but then still was working towards a business degree. But hey, it's all the upbringing. You going to be snowboarding much this year? You still snowboarding? Or?
Oh yeah.
So is that where the edits? When do you expect the edit? When are you doing an edit
for snowboarding or skateboarding?
Either. Like what is Deja Vu? It's yearly edit that you do.
Well, it's been only skateboarding so far. We did a few snowboard edits last year. We didn't really get a really big one happening. As far as the skateboarding one goes, I don't have a release date yet, but probably sometime in December because I need time to edit it all. I've already started, but it's a lot of work. And I always like to find like new things to try with editing and stuff, so that normally takes me a while to figure out.
Totally.
But for snowboarding, I have my friend and I, Samson, are doing a short film for snowboarding. It's going to be probably 6 minutes, and it's actually kind of connected to social media. It's going to be kind of a message of kind of getting away from social media and just going out and doing stuff.
Do you think you can get it under 5 minutes, enter the Kamloops Independent Short Films, the Kiss Fest?
Maybe. The only thing is I've never entered a short film or anything just because, like, I always feel like my work isn't, like, good enough.
Dude,
so.
I entered a minute-long, horribly edited thing and never went to the premiere. Like, I just, like, paid the $10 and said, no.
Yeah.
Like, who cares, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you got to start somewhere, and you got to be proud of it, and at least gives you a goal, like, to force
true.
yourself to, like, submit before the contest closes.
Yeah, my parents really want me to enter into some short films.
But you know, if you want to make a go of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, my buddy's Nano's in Vancouver. You know, he's got a film that's supposed to be in theaters coming soon or whatever it be, right? Like, he did it all through the, you know, the film circuit, right? And getting it into big contests and whatever it be, right? And there's lots of little ones to enter,
true.
even in Kamloops, right? You know, people are wondering, you know, what's online. You know, you got to use those Facebook video mom views, though.
True. And then, other than the short film, the plan is to do a big ski and snowboard edit of some peaks, hopefully some urban stuff, and then some other hills. We haven't really figured out all the details yet, but that's kind of a rough plan that we have.
Yeah, I have like a ski. Well, I was never in the edit as like a snowboarder. I was I was behind the camera. Someone lent me like the guy who was like putting it on would lend me his T2i, and I would film for them. Yeah. And there's this one where we're like snowmobiling someone like an up thing, like to like gap like a big concrete step ledge thing up like some sort of like amphitheater, and you can just hear me scream because he tried to do a backflip or whatever over this concrete, and like his like one foot was like tangled in like this rope. It was messed up. It was really funny, but the footage is hilarious and amazing, right?
Yeah.
When do you think your first YouTube video? When did you make your first YouTube video? Because I know I've made many, and I've deleted so many of them.
Yeah, I was probably about 10 or maybe 11. It was when I lived in Clearwater for like I lived there for 3 years, and that was like when I got like really, really into watching YouTube videos. So we had this like iMac at my house, and it had the like webcam built in. So I just started like recording videos on there. I didn't even know how to post them, but I just like started like making them, and I don't think I ever ended up posting any until 2012. My dad got a GoPro like partway through 2011, and we did like a trip to Vancouver, and like he filmed and did like the editing and stuff and made a video after, and then that's like kind of what made me want to learn how to edit and stuff. So he like lent me his computer and the GoPro, and then later on just let me have it. And I was like being homeschooled at the time, and I'd spend the entire day at the indoor skate park, and I just film with my friend, like my one skateboard friend that didn't go to school, and we just like try to make these videos. So I think I posted the first one in probably 2012.
That's funny that you say you're homeschooled, because I was just talking with Melissa of White Olive Photos, saying she's contemplating homeschooling her kids. What did you like homeschooling? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, the way I was homeschooled wasn't really homeschool. It was like I didn't go to school. I was in this program, I can't remember what it was called, and it was just like an online school that like if you completed it, you got your like proper what diploma or whatever you get when you're done high school. I don't really know what it's called. I don't pay attention to that stuff. But it was like, so my mom registered me for that, and then I had like an online teacher. And like
that's how you're able to live in like Clearwater and Sun Peaks and whatnot?
No, I lived in Sun Peaks for like one season. I think it was when I was 4. So that was before I was even in school. And in Clearwater, I went to school, and then it was when I moved back to Kamloops. I like didn't get along with my teachers at all at the new school. Yeah. I like honestly probably never really got along with teachers that well.
No, I feel you. I caused some trouble in my day.
Yeah, I was homeschooled for like halfway through grade 6. I dropped out. I guess it wouldn't really be called dropped. I just stopped going, and we registered me for that program literally playing with Legos could be considered an assignment, so I didn't do anything. And then I really wanted to go to high school. I was like really stoked on it. Went to grade 8, thought I was going to do really good. Did really good for like a week. And then I was like, I want to be homeschooled again and do nothing. And then my mom was like, no, you got to stick through to like grade 10 because that's when like things change. And then grade 10 came. I was like, I really don't want to go to school still. And my parents were like, just go to school. And then like last year, grade 11, I like honestly still don't like schoolwork, but I somewhat enjoy going.
You know what? I miss school. Like I did 2 years of college and 2 years of university, right? And then I've been through a couple of jobs, right? Like, I don't know. School was fun, right? And it's funny for me now that I have like teachers, like high school teachers and like grade school teachers on Facebook, right? And it's interesting to see like the impact that they had, on my life, and then I can see the impact they're having on the current students' lives, right? So like enjoy it. It's because then man, I've gotten to be an old dad person now because I'm hearing all the cliche things, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna miss it, but I don't know. I guess high school was never amazing for me either, right? But I could get along or whatever it be.
Yeah, I like recently switched schools for switched schools for grade 12. I like was at Sahali before, and then now I'm at Valley View. So it's like a little weird because like I'm not like. Sometimes I'm super social and sometimes I'm not. So like honestly, I haven't really talked to many people from Valley View.
It's called being an ambivert, and that's what I am, right? Like so, like when I'm comfortable, I'm very, very social, right?
Yeah.
So like, certain places I'll hang out with people and just drop in or whatever it be. Otherwise, I'm just not interested at all, right? It's you don't have to be either. You can be a mix of them, right?
Yeah. So I haven't talked to like a lot of new people, which is kind of weird for me because I go from like pretty much knowing like everybody in my grade at Sahali.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like super popular or anything, but people knew me. And then now it's like I go to school and like people know me. Like some people know me and some people don't, and I don't really know anybody.
But it's still like you get to meet people with like interests or whatever it be, right? Like who knows, you might be collabing together in some, I don't know, audio video club or who knows.
Yeah.
What's the goal that you have? What's something you want to do in the next short 3 months or so?
3 months or so. I'm not. Probably start showing up to school a little more and.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I never ever skipped a day of school, actually.
I haven't either. No, I need to start like taking school a little more seriously, I think, and I definitely want to work a little more and try to learn how to save a little money.
Yeah, man, that part's hard. I just recently started learning how to save, and by that time it's too late.
Yeah. But other than that, probably just continue learning like new things with like film and editing.
Yeah.
And snowboard season's coming, so I'll probably have some snowboard goals, but I haven't really thought about it yet.
Yeah, I think about selling my snowboard, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I sold my whitewater kayak, and I'm thinking I've sold my skis. I'm going to sell my snowboard. I haven't used it in a few years, but snowboarding was always, that's how I kind of started with filming too, a little bit. Grade 10, little DV camera, whatever it was. But Adrian, where can people find you if they want to check out your work?
On Instagram, Adrian_Falk. Snapchat, I post almost daily.
It's all about the snap.
Yeah, Adrian Falk, no spaces, no caps, anything. And then YouTube, Adrian Falk, kind of sometimes post there. Haven't been posting there very much lately, but I'll probably come up with some new stuff.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks for meeting with me, and thank you for listening in. If I could ask one thing is please subscribe. If I could ask a second thing, consider leaving me a review on iTunes. It helps a lot. Cheers. Bye-bye.